we've got Coach Trisciani, Devontae Chandler, who led the team with 11 tackles defensively, Davis Cheek, who threw for over 300 yards for the first time since 2017. Coach, do you want to make an opening statement, please?
Yeah. You know, when you look at the football game, I was pleased with how we came out from an energy standpoint, enthusiasm, attitude. We played hard. We played hard the whole game. There were some self-inflicted wounds in the first half. Some pre-snap penalties, turnovers, explosive plays defensively. But we got ourselves right back in the game, and I'm proud of how the guys came out of the locker room in the second half. We were a better football team in the second half. It's why we were in the position we were to win the football game. At the end of the day, we didn't make enough plays. We got to make them earn the field more defensively. They had drives of 4, 3, and 2 for touchdowns. We've got to score more touchdowns in the red area and kick less field goals offensively. We got to do a better job in the red area, forcing some field goals defensively. So, feel like we've got a good football team. Today we did not make enough plays as a football team. So we'll hit the film room tomorrow. We'll correct a lot of mistakes, and I think there's room for growth for us as a football team.
We'll start with questions for Coach, and then when we're done with those, then we'll get to the players. Okay?
Okay, so just wear him out and then go. Well, Tony, what were your thoughts on the opportunity to be able to have that last drive with cold strip and everything, where it looked like they might ice the game?
Mm-hmm.
Davis is able to lead you guys into field goal position, and then was there an issue with the tee on that kick? Did he hit the tee?
We don't have a tee in college,
Okay.
Adam. So I don't know. I don't know if it was blocked, if there was a hand on it. I don't know. I haven't seen a replay. If anyone in here has seen a replay and knows that,
It looked like it got tipped.
but
I think it did.
I mean, obviously,
I know it didn't come off. It didn't come off his foot like it normally does. So Skylar's got plenty of leg to make that kick. He makes that kick 9 out of 10 times. So yeah.
I thought there was a resiliency that you guys showed. Is that? I mean, you think that's kind of an accurate word? Or?
Yeah, I think this team's had a lot of resiliency the last couple of years. That's one trait that we have, and unfortunately, too often we have to be resilient. So. But that's our football team. I mean, we are going to fight. I mean, these guys are going to fight. They're not giving up. They've got the right attitude, and we're resilient. We put ourselves back, in a position to win the football game. And it took some grit to do that.
I know how hindsight is. The possession before where you got stopped on the 4th down. I mean, how did you think the way that ended? You had like a third.
Yeah.
That didn't get there, and then.
It was 3rd and 3+, and our plan was if we scrambled or if it was 4th and short, we were going for it. There was over 3 minutes to go with 2 timeouts. So our plan was if we were close, we would go for it, and it was still 3+. Was what it looked like to me in over 3 minutes. So we wanted to run the punt team out there and get it kicked as quickly as we could and play defense. When it took us longer to get the punt team out there and get the punt off, then I called the timeout and felt at that point, with the amount of time that had run off the clock, our best opportunity was to go for it. But that was the thought process behind it.
The first half, what were your impressions on the first half, and what were you looking to fix at halftime? And, there was that portion there where they had the interception off Jordan Bonner's hand. They catch
Sure.
it. Was that sort of that area there where they gained some separation?
Yeah. So the first half, you go back and, again, self-inflicted wounds. We had 3 pre-snap penalties. We don't want to start a drive 1st and 15. Okay, so, that was part of it. Yeah, we had a turnover. It was a tip ball, and they got it. And we didn't do a great job with red area defense, where we want to hold them to some field goals in some of those situations. And there was explosive plays on defense. Maybe if it was a run fit and it creased us, it was a big play. There was one, the quick slant on the RPO where you're inches away from a PBU and a tackle, and it's an 8-yard gain, and it turns into a 70-yard gain. So we need to make people earn the field. And so a 4-play, 3-play, and 2-play touchdown drive in the first half, that's not how we play defense.
Understand you're trying to win the game. That's obviously the objective. As you go and you start breaking this down and looking at it, 51 passes for the young man there who's obviously capable of doing that. Is that too many? I mean, do you see yourself maybe throwing the ball that many times this year?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, in my opinion, it's not. I'm just saying, like, 51's
Yeah. So to answer your question, no, it's not too many. Okay, and we're not calling 51 passing plays. So we're an RPO style offense where there's a lot of run plays called, and if they have us outnumbered in the box, then we put the ball on the perimeter. And so, we're going to take what the defense gives us in those situations. We ran for over 100 yards today, so we did crack some runs, and that keeps the defense honest. And so, yeah, to answer your question, not too many.
Wasn't second against him.
Yep.
Just looking at the numbers there. Cole strip at the very end. I mean, that's just him making a play, I guess. You guys probably aren't. Are you talking about is the defense heads back out there trying to get the ball back?
Yeah, at that point when you don't have timeouts left, we had used our final timeout, so it was about trying to get the ball back. We're always trying to get the ball. So anytime you pursue a ball carrier from the side or from behind, the ball is the priority as you secure the tackle. We want to try to get a shot on the ball. That's exactly what he did. It was a great hustle. It was a big play.
What did you tell these guys afterward? Or what was the crux of your message?
We had some opportunities. I told him I was proud of him for the fight, proud of him for the grit, put ourselves in position. I looked them all in the eye, and I could tell looking at them that it didn't sit well with them, and it shouldn't. But told them we're together. It's about we, us, and all of us, and together. So, we're going to get better as a football team. It's a football season. So we're 0-1 right now. So we're going to come back, and we're going to get better, and we're going to go play next week and try to win one football game a week.
Obviously, I hadn't had a chance to look at the tape, but what would your sort of initial reactions be? Davis is very, very experienced with his first game in a while. Working to get back to this point. What would you say your impressions were of him today?
I think for a guy that hasn't played football and as long as Davis has, I think he played a good game today. I know Davis. I know there's plays he wants back, and he's going to watch the film, and no one's going to be harder on Davis than himself. So I look forward to seeing him come back after this and, shook off some dust. Davis hasn't played live football. It's not live football for him in practice, and in preseason camp. So he got some live snaps today. He showed us he has the ability to run the football. He has some escapability. He can get us first downs with his legs. Yeah, I think we're going to see a highly motivated Davis this week in practice. I think we're going to see a highly motivated football team this week in practice.
You want to do questions for players?
That was a career long, I think, Davis on the run.
Yeah.
I give you a whoosh on the tweet about it.
Yeah.
What did you see happening as you guys were hitting down the field there and the clock's ticking down and you're working the sidelines and trying to get in position to win? Gave yourself a chance, I guess. What were your thoughts on that final drive and how it ended?
Yeah, we had, I think, 1 minute 4 seconds left. And, we get a touchback. So, we know we have to get to 35, right around there. That's the range for Sky. Maybe even a little bit outside of that, but that's the target line. Our guys did a great job of getting open. And then, Chandler made a great catch on the sideline where, we start hitting him with a few things and try to put a ball where only he can get it, and he makes that play. Those are the plays that we got to make. Obviously, the last one, trying to throw a back shoulder fade right there and just, is what it is. And then, we got a chance to win the game, and that's really what you want. You want to have control in your hands, going into a 2-minute drill or something like that. So you want to have control in your hands when it comes down to the end of the game. So we ended up getting that. Obviously not satisfied at all. Personally, I got to play better. I missed too many opportunities out there. So, I mean, we can sit here and say I haven't played in almost 2 years or whatever. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. My job is to complete footballs, and I got to complete more of them. So, there's that.
I guess it would be maybe 22 months if we counted it all up.
651 days today. 651 days today. So, that's.
Thousand, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, how much have you looked forward to today? As it pro?
You know, football is one of those things that it gets me going. It's special. You know, this day was really special for me personally. But at the end of the day, you also I can't let my personal feelings get in the way of anything. You know, I gotta be focused and be the best player I can for these guys. So obviously, it's there and it affects you, but more than anything, it's just a lot of excitement. But got to do a better job of putting that excitement into completed passes at the end of the day. So personal situations don't matter when it comes down to it.
The one to breakaway to take the lead was pretty sweet. You look a guy off, you pump, you looked, and then you said, "Was he like your third read there?"
No.
I mean,
No, I ended up getting back to him late and got away with one a little bit, but he's screaming down the field and he's a fast kid. He can get open, get behind the defense. So, you know, take advantage of opportunities. That's what the name of the game is.
the Skyler's taking the field goal at the very, very end to try to win there. Were you watching?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Were you watching? Were you not
Of course. Yeah, I mean, this guy's a great kid. He's a great kid, and he's gonna make that more times than not. A lot more times than not. I mean, I know that he's gonna be very extremely disappointed in himself. I don't know what the deal was with hitting the kicker or anything like that. It's not really my place either. So, at the end of the day, like Coach said, I mean, we're 0-1 right now, and I mean, it shouldn't even gotten to that point. You know, if I hit a few more passes here and there, you know, we make a few more plays, then we're not in that position. So it shouldn't even come down to him, but it did, and you know, he's gonna come back better.
You already got the mental list of you talking about the plays you want back, plays you wanted. Like, is there already like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in there?
There's a lot of plays in a game.
Right.
Of course, there's,
A lot of plays.
of course, you know, there's a lot of things that, you know, there's a few of them that stick out a little bit more than others. But just gonna go watch the film, see where I need to improve, and you know, I know a few areas right now that I gotta keep on working on. But you gotta do that quick, fast, and in a hurry because you got a game in a week.
When you were on the run and the guy hit you from behind and you fumbled, I mean, you didn't even see him, obviously, right? That's like a thing when you're looking ahead and he takes
No, that's a rookie mistake. We preach about it all the time. We do ball security, and I end up trying to juke and go back inside. And as soon as it did, my hand came out, like arm with the ball came out a little bit. It's got to stay high and tight. That's simple as that. It can't do that. Can't afford it. Because I mean, we go from what looks like it's going to be possibly 2nd and 6, something like that, maybe 2nd and 8, whatever it was, to a big play for them. That's absolute rookie mistake, and we got to have a big emphasis on that this week.
Something I noticed, especially like the first drive, and then you got back to it later in the game, but you're really targeting Parham and Brayboy a lot. Like, how do you feel about those guys? You know, that you're going through this year, and also Cortez had a good game as well. What are your thoughts just on how the receivers did today?
I mean, I think they did a lot of really good things. I think, you know, we have some MAs here and there, stuff that we got to clean up, and it's not just them, but I mean, it's a unit. As an offensive unit, we got to clean up some stuff. I mean, that was the story of the game, is the fact that we have missed opportunities all over the field, and you know, I think as a unit they're awesome. I absolutely love the guys, Jackson Parham, Brayboy, Tez, Jordan Bonner. I mean, all those guys, Caleb, they're fantastic players, and they're just going to keep getting better and growing as a unit. So I got to figure out more ways to get the ball in their hands, and we got to keep making plays.
Were you nervous for that, Dennis?
Of course, I care about the game. You know, you always have nerves about something you care about. But like I said, you know, I was very excited to get back out there and play. You know, it's special to be able to have people in the stands, have your teammates around you. I mean, I look around and I absolutely love the team around me. I I mean, they're a fantastic team. I love our coaches. I love our team. And I think this is not the way we want to start the season, but at the end of the day, it's first game. And we can go up from here, and we will go up from here. And we're gonna make improvements.
Tony, you want to go to Devontae or?
Just from my own personal life, how much has Wofford changed since it changed? It sort of changed the look of that offense, obviously.
Yeah, when they're more of a split back zone read operation. There's still 3 phases of their run game oftentimes, a dive, a quarterback, and a pitch, but it's not the split back veer offense that we've seen in the past or the under center, veer that we've seen from them in the past. So they've included some RPO schemes, that's what those quick glances, slants were on the backside. They hit 2 of those that went. Those are RPOs. Those are run plays that the quarterback makes a decision to put the ball on the perimeter. So that's a new aspect to their game, which is what we expected, coming in from them. More 20 personnel, which they did a good amount of with zone read option with some RPOs. Defensively, we prepared for some odd and for some even. They tend to kick the front over, and they did that, today. So, there's been some changes. They've evolved. It's not the same Wofford we played in the SoCon, that's for sure.
Devontae, what were your thoughts defensively? And you guys had some young guys making some plays today. Omar Rogers and Trey Allsbrooks. I thought some young guys stepped up in some pretty big spots.
Yeah, we knew that from the spring when we were playing with all the young guys and having guys out. We had to build that team, and now we're finally having that team out there on that field, and it feels good. It feels like we have a lot of chemistry, but obviously we still have to knock some of the rust off and learn how to play as a unit now that some of these younger guys have that spring under their belt. But, yeah, they're maturing. They matured fast in that spring and over the summer. I know Velos had a big year in the weight room. He was undersized last year. He worked hard. I was with him all summer. We was all working. Same with Trey Allsbrooks. Made sure we was at the same route together. Like, we made sure this defense with all the young guys, Dylan Tucker as well, Jaden Dennis, all them, we made sure that when they came back, they weren't going to be those same freshmen that were out there in the spring. Even if they are technically freshmen, they didn't play like that today. So.
What's it like to, you guys finish the spring season and then you're working for the last however many months to get to this moment to play this game? Everybody always looks forward to the season opener as sort of the end goal of what you're working toward in the preseason.
Mm-hmm.
And to have such a hard-fought game and to come up on the short end, I'm sure there's disappointment there. Just what is it like to sort of prepare for this one for so long and have it, not go the way you want it to?
Well, we won't let this define us. Like you said earlier, we're the most resilient team in the country, in this conference, more specifically. And we're going to show y'all next week when we step out there, and we're going to look like a totally different team. No mistakes we made today, we will make next Saturday. So.
I got a question. So there at the end of the third quarter, on that drive where they ended up settling for a field goal, the defense looked really fired up. The crowd was getting into it. You guys were out there, really just getting fired up as we were waiting for the Wofford offense to come back out. And it was nice to see some juice on the defensive side. Do you have anything to say about that? You guys just getting energetic again on that unit?
Once we came in, we realized that we set the tempo for the game. I know the first half we kind of were a little bit lackadaisical. We came out at first with energy, then they started hitting on little things, and we kind of laid down. Came in the second half and realized that we had 30 more minutes left of the game. And so that's when guys started to come together and realize that we set the tone. And that's exactly what we did. And unfortunately, we ended up short, but it was good seeing that from the guys, like seeing us rally like that.
Davis could Chandler and Jackson have like 80 catches this year?
I think we control our own destiny when it comes to where we go. Like Devontae said, he said it more clear than I think any of us have. We're not going to let this game define us. That's the end of it. You know what I mean? It's disappointing, but as an offense we can grow. As a defense we can grow. Special teams we can grow, and we will. And it's as simple as that. It's a long season, and I'm looking forward to getting back in the film, correcting everything, and just getting better, growing with these guys.
How about those two guys I asked you? I'm saying, I mean, it looks like you guys, they could catch a lot of balls, is what I'm saying. Like,
Yes. They're talented guys. They're extremely talented. I mean, Chandler and Jackson, those guys, they come to work every single day. And I can't speak highly enough about them specifically. They're fantastic humans, and they're even better football players. And the thing is, that translates to what you see out here on the stat sheet. Stats aren't everything, but they do a lot of really good stuff in the field, and I'm really glad they're on our team.
7 of your first 8 has been
I take what they give me. That's what the name of the game is. Whatever they give me, that's what I'm trying to take, and that's what it is.
good to talk to you guys.
Yep.
Thanks.
I appreciate you guys. Y'all have a good one.